This tutorial will provide an overview of how to get started with Twitter for our Mexican Revolution course. You'll notice that I am here at twitter.com on my browser. I'm using Google Chrome on a MacBook. You can sign up for Twitter on mobile devices and via other means, but this is the way that I'm going to show you how to do it. So again, you just go to twitter.com, and I already have an account, so it has my login information up here. But if you don't yet have an account, you click sign up, and then you follow the prompts. It is fairly straightforward. It's like making an account for most other things. So you just type your name, and Google might try to fill that in for you. You don't have to give them your phone number. You can click use email instead. So I already have one of these accounts, so I'm not going to go through each of the steps with you to show you things, because you can do all of that yourself. I just wanted to kind of get you into it. Please note that you don't have to follow anyone on Twitter, even though Twitter will try to get you to. You can skip that part and just make your account, get it all set up so that you can participate in class. So I'm going back to twitter.com so that I can log in. Excuse me. So I clicked login because it already has my credentials here ready to go. Whoops, I have to click it twice apparently. Okay, so depending on whether or not you follow anyone, the people that you follow, the accounts that you follow, will be listed here. And Twitter does not update in real time. It's something that will become apparent here in just a second. It gives you people who you might want to follow, gives you trends, all these kinds of things. You don't have to pay attention to any of that if you don't want to. The things that will be important to pay attention to are your own account. You can personalize and customize that as much or as little as you want, just depending on what you feel like doing. I've put in a photo and a cover photo for mine. These are all the tweets that I've posted. If I want to see media that I've added and replies, I can click these. So again, that's how you kind of keep tabs on yourself and what you've been doing. You don't have to ever use moments if you don't want to. I don't. Notifications will show you if someone has responded to you, followed you, or liked any of your tweets, or yeah, I already said responded. So that's where you'll find those kinds of things. If you have notifications, it'll give you an alert and tell you how many you have up here next to the word notifications. This is for direct messages. For the purposes of our class, the most important things to use regularly will be the search button and the tweet button. So this is where you will search for the class hashtag. You'll notice that it's written in a lot of different places in the course. It's #HIST 466, no spaces. So I've typed that in and I click search. This is the way that you'll be able to see everything that has been posted for our course. That's why you have to type that hashtag in each of your tweets. If you've done that, then they will be searchable. You'll notice, though, that this is showing the top tweets. I'm not sure what makes something a top tweet, but what you need to do is click latest. That way you'll be able to see the tweets for class from the most recent one to the oldest one. And so you'll notice I posted this thing on the class blog that I shared here on Twitter a couple of days ago, just about being excited to get the class started this semester. That's the one that's coming up here on top. That's the most recent one right now. When you're ready to add your ideas here in Twitter, you've done the reading, and you know what you want to say about the reading, you'll click the tweet button. If you're in this HIST 466 search, you'll notice that the hashtag has already been added for you. You can leave the hashtag anywhere in the tweet you like. I usually put mine toward the end, so I'm going to type in front of it. And I'm just going to type my tweet here. Because Twitter limits the space that you have, You don't necessarily need to directly cite all of the ideas that you post here. Because we'll be reading from a couple of different works each module, though, you should indicate somehow which author you're referring to. So even if you want to refer to Gonzalez, page 3, you could just do something like that, and we'll all know what you're talking about so that you can reference that easily. You might want to say something like, according to, well, we'll use Castro, and then write whatever it is you wanted to write. Again, just some ideas about how you can embed the author's name, the sources that you're specifically referring to, without taking up too much space on Twitter. And you may want to compare a couple and say, well, Castro said this, but Gonzalez said that. That will all be well and good for our work together here on Twitter. All right, so I'm just going to delete that so that I can post this to show you how it works. So if you wanted to add an image or a GIF, you can do things like that. You don't necessarily ever need to for our class, but that possibility is there. So again, when you're ready, just click tweet, and you'll see your tweet was sent. As I mentioned just a minute ago, Twitter does not update in real time, so you have not yet, we've not yet seen that tweet pop up here in the course hashtag search. It will be here momentarily. Just to show you a few things, if you're scrolling down to find someone that you want to respond to, because remember, for each of the Twitter assignments, you'll need to post 10 tweets about the readings, and then you'll need to respond to 5 of other people's tweets. So that could be posts that I've made or that classmates have made here on Twitter using our hashtag. When you want to like someone's tweet, you use this little heart button to do that. If you want to retweet something, you can using that button. And if you want to reply, you use this little speech bubble. And that's how you reply. I'm going to X out of that because I noticed here's one new result. I click on that, and there is the tweet that we just posted. I'm going to reply to it here. And then you'll notice, even though I'm in the HIST 466 section on Twitter, it didn't populate the hashtag for me, so I just need to type it in. Oops, let's do 466 instead. And if I've done it correctly, if I haven't put a space between the pound sign and the rest of the hashtag, you'll notice that it will become blue, like a hyperlink, because you can actually click on those to get to essentially where we were just at. But I just wanted to show you how that works. You'll notice it went back to top, so we'll click latest, and then hopefully the reply will be there. Not just yet. Oh, show this thread. So now I can see the reply. Because I've typed the hashtag, though, the reply should show here in the feed in just a minute. We just have to give it some time. Okay, I think those are the key things, though, to know for our class. Please do realize that I create Twitter lists so that I can make sure to keep track of everyone's work. That means that I will be able to see everything you post on Twitter. Please note that Twitter is a public platform. So everything that you post to Twitter is publicly accessible. Every now and then we have had some of our authors join us in our conversations here on Twitter. That's really cool when that happens, and so I'm hoping that that might happen again this time around. If not, usually nobody else joins us. Usually that's the only people outside the course that have ever kind of chimed in and said anything. Okay, please let me know what questions you have. Hopefully that tutorial was helpful, and I look forward to interacting with you on Twitter this semester.